Welcome to another episode of the Bandage Podcast, a weekly wrap-up of the most trending healthcare news. Each week, join me and my co-host Alex Ross as we'll discuss the latest in healthcare, health IT, and compliance. In this week's episode, we discuss a hand sanitizer company, a remote monitoring tool, an AI-powered stethoscope, and a mobile mammography unit. Let's wrap things up. This is episode 18 for the week of February 3rd. I'm Matt Moneypenny.
And I'm Alex Ross.
Before we get started, our diagnosis code of the week is V00.211A. Fall from ice skates. Initial encounter.
Let me tell you, Matt, this has actually happened to me. Very recently, in fact. As you know, it is winter currently.
It is?
Yes, and it's at least usually it's pretty cold. Luckily, at this particular indoor arena, if you will, it's always cold.
Wow.
So cold, in fact, that the water that they have is frozen.
Oh.
And it makes ice. So people go here, and me especially, so that they can slap on some ice skates and hold onto the wall the whole time. Right? So that's what I did. I, spent my Saturday stroking a hockey board, trying to make my way around there, because I'm terrible at ice skating.
Yes. My question is it an initial encounter with your face on the ice or the moment you step on the ice?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out if it's a fall from ice skates, as in the ice skates caused them. Mm-hmm. I don't know, someone stuck their foot out and I tripped over their ice skate and
you fell from
learned
the ice skates.
What ice tastes like, or if it's like while wearing ice skates, taking a fall, because I also did that a few times. Luckily, no permanent damage at this point, but you get that's the diagnosis that comes out of it, right?
And with that, let's get right into the news. First up, we have cleaning up after false claims. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, also known as the FDA, sent a warning letter to Purell, the popular hand sanitizer company. The FDA says Purell was making unproven health claims about what the sanitizer is effective against. The maker of Purell, Gojo Industries, said they have started updating relevant websites and other digital content as directed by the FDA. Despite false claims that were made, the Center of Disease Control still recommends hand sanitizers for healthcare providers and patients. Gojo is actually located in Akron, Ohio.
Really?
Yeah, so it's just 20
sense,
minutes
actually.
away from us.
That makes sense, actually. That explains why everything I do in life is sponsored by Gojo.
Including this podcast.
No. You know what the worst thing that's ever happened to me is? And frankly, you're going to say, oh, yeah, if that's the worst thing that's happened to you, then you've got it good. I went to wash my hands and, reached up to get some soap, and it turned out to be hand sanitizer.
Oh, yeah, that's always the worst.
Someone had put hand sanitizer in the soap dispenser. And I'm just like, all right, what do I do now? Because I've got wet hands and no soap. Yeah.
I wonder if it has anything to do with that claim that they say of 99.9% of germs. Could be a false claim regarding that.
Could be. I think it seems more likely, though, that they were saying it protects against certain things that it doesn't actually kill, or that they haven't actually tested it for to see if it would
Maybe the
kill.
Coronavirus.
It's possible. I mean, I think the story came out a little bit earlier than that, but obviously, like the claims they were making were early enough that the FDA is already sanctioning it.
Right.
You know how slow that governmental organizations can move. So I'm guessing that this is not something that is linked to the coronavirus.
Instant coronavirus.
Yeah.
Or unless they foresaw a conspiracy theory.
Purell was predicting it. Predicted by Purell. Next up, yet another wearable device. Colorado-based UC Health is teaming up with BioIntelliSense, a remote patient monitoring company, which recently received FDA clearance for its wearable medical body sensor. BioIntelliSense just announced the commercial launch of its on-body sensor, which can continuously monitor vital signs from the patient's home and deliver insights to doctors. The collaboration will initially use the device on patients with chronic conditions. UC Health can then collect and monitor data from outside of the hospital. This will help them intervene sooner to keep patients healthy at home and prevent emergency visits or hospital stays.
Yep, wearable devices coming in hot. Big hot item for 2020 and into the decade.
I'm starting to lose, like, skin real estate.
Yeah, right? Pretty soon we're just going to be a walking wearable device. We won't be able to walk because our vitals will be healthy, but at least we'll be able to track them.
Someone will come up with basically a suit that just covers every inch of your body, and then all of these other companies will pay to rent different
real
portions
estate,
of
yeah,
this
just
suit.
to take your data
like,
and then sell it to something.
Super Bio monitor suit today signed a partnership with
it would be like
Fitbit,
Frozone from The Incredibles.
Rented the space around the wrist of
Honey,
the
where's
suit.
my wearable device suit?
There are so many wearable devices, though, and I love mine, frankly. Like, I have a standard fitness tracker, step counter, sleep tracker, and I review it daily. I love it. I like the idea of having a device that goes that step further and monitors things, I guess you could say more accurately, because a wrist-worn watch type thing isn't necessarily going to be the best for tracking, like, heart rates.
Yeah.
It's not going to be able to detect things that are, like, not necessarily normal.
Right.
So
I think it would be cool if they have these wearable devices, particularly in like the exercise space, where it's like, which they do already, but the next step would be to do something like, hey, if you just run one more mile, you're already running. If you run one more mile and you keep doing that for the next 2 months, you'll have a 6-pack by the end of January. I think that would be cool, because then it's like almost gamifying a little bit.
You know what I want to see? Like at the beginning of every video game where you make your character, it's like that, but it's the beginning of your workout routine.
There we go.
You have like a full scan, and then you like customize your person.
Yeah, and it gives you an entire workout plan.
It's like, all right, do these workouts this long,
and you'll get these
you'll
results.
Look like this.
In your current state, if you do these workouts for 20 years, you'll get to what you look like.
No, but every time a new wearable device like this comes out, I think I say something that's pretty similar. Any chance we get to potentially catch diseases early, do some kind of preventative health interventions, and provide better information to the doctors who are trying to treat those underlying conditions.
Yeah.
It's good for the patient. And as long as we don't go overboard and end up with 20 different wearable devices that we're all using, I think it'll be all right. I like the idea.
Yeah, agreed. Next up, beat this technology. The FDA has cleared Echo's AI-powered stethoscope to detect serious heart conditions. The stethoscope is equipped with 2 algorithms and a single lead ECG. Clinical studies found that these could detect atrial fibrillation with 99% sensitivity and 97% specificity, and heart murmurs with 87% sensitivity and specificity. The stethoscope offers significant improvements over traditional stethoscopes, allowing physicians to more quickly and accurately identify and treat heart conditions. Whoa. We're moving into the future of health technology tools.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what makes this any different than, I don't know,
probably just
an
faster.
ECG.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sure, like that uses a couple different leads, right? And you got to stick it on, but it doesn't do anything special compared to that, right?
Alex, it has AI technology. That is a hot topic right now, okay?
I guess the question is, why did we choose the stethoscope as the vehicle for this technology?
I don't know, maybe.
Like, we have machines that monitor things similar to what it sounds like it's doing already, and the only thing that they're adding to that technology is the AI layer, potentially identifying things.
There's no need for an ECG if you can just put it on a stethoscope
during
an appointment. Why do I keep
wanting to say EKG? EKG versus ECG. There's no difference between an ECG and an EKG. ECG stands for electrocardiogram, and EKG is the German spelling for electrocardiography, which is the word for electrocardiogram translated into German. So that's why. It's the German in me that wants to say EKG. In case you're wondering, fun fact of the day. Next up, mobile unit for women's health. An Ohio Health mobile mammography unit is providing mammograms on the road to women who otherwise wouldn't be able to get them. 2 radiation technicians who specialize in mammography drive the mobile lab. They travel all over Southeast Ohio to provide mammograms to women who may not have other means of getting to a hospital or facility. The walk-in procedure only takes 15 to 20 minutes, and the technicians try to return to their stops once quarterly.
I think mobile health vehicles are the new food trucks.
This is, honestly, that's kind of strange. It's like, or like the ice cream, they're going to need their own theme song so that you hear them coming down the road. You're like, oh, it's the
time for a
mammography
mammogram.
guys. Right. I better get out there.
Yeah, I think, this is obviously great. Anywhere that you can provide health to people, especially within Southeast Ohio, which if you've ever been down there, is very rural and there's not much but corn. So getting to a hospital or a doctor's office to get a mammogram is probably almost an all-day thing.
Right.
So 15 to 20 minutes is pretty appetizing. You know what
Absolutely.
I mean? So
I do wonder a couple things. First, how do they advertise it? Because obviously...
social media, just like food trucks.
Yeah, you think?
Probably.
There's like an app. It's like Medic Truck Dash.
Hashtag mammogram. Hashtag.
Yeah.
We're out here. The vlog.
Yeah, they're
Sweet.
got a Facebook Live going.
Yeah, right.
Hey guys, we're in your town right now. Yeah, that's the first thing though. Like, how do you get the word out and make sure that you're not driving to some town and you're just going to sit there all day and do nothing?
Right.
Because that would be a waste of your time, a waste of money. And obviously, the goal is to provide a service for people. And if there are no people, you're not achieving that goal. So first, how do you get people to attend your service? And then secondly, where do the insurance companies send the paper claims? You have a P.O. box. You check it every once in a while. How would you like to be those two technicians whose job is to like drive around the state, provide healthcare every day,
great.
Different place? You're like, where are we giving mammograms today? Walmart parking lot?
Perfect
Cool.
thing for a vlog. Hey, everybody, we're traveling to Walmart in Strongsville.
Right.
See you there. Looking forward to it.
I do wonder where they would park, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Do they just park it like a Walmart or on the road? Or
Probably a big parking lot.
Also,
churches and stuff. And with that, let's go into our next segment. BREACH, Breach Patrol. It's a breach! All of the latest cybersecurity breaches. Welcome to Breach Patrol, where we talk about the latest breaches around the world. First up, we have hackers tried to hit jackpot with Super Casino breach. The online gambling platform Super Casino was compromised in a security incident. Attackers stole user-sensitive details including names, addresses, usernames, and phone numbers. The organization claimed that passwords and financial details were not accessed by the hackers. Super Casino urged users to reset their password. The affected users are at risk of getting scammed since the hackers know their personal information. If users receive an SMS or email claiming they need to change their password or payment method, they're advised not to click any links. Instead, they should visit the website directly.
you've got to imagine that's a pretty dangerous situation.
Yeah, that's like, so if anyone's ever wondering why it's a big deal if hackers get any of your personal information, I mean, sure, in this case, passwords and financial details weren't given, but they can still, the whole objective and what they can do is reach out to you via email and phish you. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where the line is, right? They still have another step, but it's pretty easy to get to that step and achieve it with some folks. So
they do a pretty good job of creating like a fake page. Mm-hmm. You go on and enter your credit card information because you use Super Casino, and you're like, uh-oh, better update this.
Yeah.
And you do it, and then they have your information, and suddenly you've purchased 15 gift cards at Best Buy.
Yeah, right.
So always be very careful. You know, I've got a few emails from like PayPal. Well, they look like they're from PayPal. That's probably the one I get most often, where it looks convincingly like PayPal.
Right.
And you click on the link, and it takes you to a page that looks exactly like their login, like down to the little tiny details. But if you look at the URL, it's not PayPal. Mm-hmm. And it does not say PayPal.
It's disguised.
Right.
It's pay for Y, pal.
Right. So if you get an email that you weren't expecting, right? If you didn't reset your password yourself, mm-hmm. and so you just randomly get an email that says, hey, you need to reset your password, you probably want to just double check, you know, quick cursory glance over the URL to make sure that it's actually going to the place that you're supposed to be going.
Right. And I have to admit here, when I first read this headline, I thought Super Casino was a super casino, like a massive casino in Las Vegas. But it turns out it's an online platform, so
Right.
it's probably still very popular, but I don't know if it is actually a super casino.
Next up, a Super Bowl or Super Breach? A Saudi hacker group mass hacked the social media accounts of the NFL and 15 of its teams. The hacks were claimed by a group going by the name Our Mine, which has the reputation for being able to hijack high-profile accounts. The NFL alerted the social media platform providers and, with their assistance, secured all league and club accounts.
This is pretty crazy. Could you imagine seeing, or the headlines you'd see if an NFL team or anybody within the NFL that has an account or that has a lot of followers tweets out something that's like malicious?
Right.
Like, that would be such a bad news for the NFL. It'd be not a good event for sure.
I'm sure that you could probably clean. What's the end goal of doing this? Is it just disruption?
Probably just to prove that they can do it. And it's possible that this hacking group, and then who knows, but they might not even know what the Super Bowl is, but they might be seeing a lot of chatter on the internet about the Super Bowl because it is the week of the Super Bowl while we're recording this.
Right.
So it could be something like that. I mean, who knows?
That's interesting. That's always my question when it comes to hacks, like, or scams, or what is the goal? What is the scam?
Mm-hmm.
And this one isn't really clear to me.
Yeah, sometimes they just do it for fun. Sometimes they just do it because they can. They just want that, hey, you know that we can hack high-profile accounts, so we're going to hack one of the biggest organizations in the world.
Right, but what does that get you? Recognition,
I guess.
But like, recognition doesn't pay the bills.
Let's go. Yeah, who knows? I mean, I don't know.
I could see it being a potential like ransom attack or a blackmail attack.
Could be something pretty
like
bad.
That.
So,
if it wasn't right, because this is all social media. You hack that, you take it over. They call Twitter. They call up Mr. Dorsey. They're like, "Yo, someone hacked our account." And he's like, "I got you, bro." And then it's all fixed.
Yeah, just like that. Mr. Dorsey is very into saying, "I got you, bro."
I got you, bro. That's his catchphrase.
You know him around the office. He's a buddy of mine. You know.
Just for the record, don't sue us, Jack. This is a joke. I don't know you. But I guess that sounds like the most likely reason for it. Or maybe they're just practicing to hack the actual social media. It
could just be something that's just like a test. Like in last week's podcast, we talked about a hack that was like something that was just to maybe potentially test if they can get into a system to plan for a bigger attack. Right. And this could be something like that. So hopefully the NFL is being vigilant.
Right. I'll have to follow up on that. I tell you what, though, my favorite thing from the Super Bowl has to be the Puppy Bowl on Animal Planet. It's always been my favorite.
Yeah.
Adoptable dogs, cute,
playing,
watching them play,
drinking water.
Exactly.
You know,
sometimes playing with a toy, occasionally making a mess on the field.
Sometimes just napping.
Right, and it's
insane. It's unprecedented.
Some people have a goal of going to see the Super Bowl. One day, I'd like to watch the Puppy Bowl in person.
They should do a real person, just do it at a field.
Have a contest to be like one of the referees. There
you go,
like a sweepstakes. I'm in. Yeah. I'm entering. All right, and that's it for this week's wrap-up of your weekly healthcare news. Congratulations to the Chiefs on their win. I'm Alex Ross.
And I'm Matt Moneypenny.
And we'll see you next week. Thank you for joining us for this week's episode of The Bandage. This week's episode was written and produced by eTactics. eTactics is a leading revenue cycle solutions organization committed to providing innovative, web-based solutions that improve our clients' cash management and customer relationships. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.